All right, guys, welcome back. I want to show you where we're at with the blankets that we're building. So take a look. This is one full pack of skein, and you can see that we've added the pearl stitching. That is absolutely beautiful. Coakley Bear, look at the pearl stitching.
Yeah,
You can see it
nice.
from there? Honestly.
Huh?
Can you see it from there for real?
Yes.
This is beautiful, guys. So this is the pearl stitching. We are now going to begin to add the ivory. So we're putting the ivory with this baby blanket. And just a reminder that this blanket is going to be a 30 by 40 baby blanket. Now, for those of you who pay attention to my video, you'll see that I've taken off my earrings. Oh yeah, it's getting late and I'm tired. But we're gonna do a little bit more knitting. So we're going to go ahead and fuse together this. Now I wanna be honest with you. The yarn that I'm using is the Yarn Bee from Hobby Lobby, and I'm not having good luck with this yarn tonight. When I cut, it's pulling. You see that? It's shredding. I've never had this experience. Look at this. It's shredding. And I gotta be honest with you, Yarn Bee from Hobby Lobby, I'm not pleased about that. That's a problem for me, because that's wasting yarn, and I use a lot of yarn. So I just want to go ahead and tell you. I'm telling you that because we're going to burn the little wicker part within the skein, but I haven't been having luck, and I don't like knotting. Can y'all believe that? Remember that video where I said I prefer to knot than burn? Well, I prefer to fuse it together with the burning. But again, not having luck with this yarn from Hobby Lobby, and that's never been my experience. But let's go ahead and fuse this together. We're gonna go ahead and do just that wire wick part in the middle. See, that burns so quickly, which really, really concerns me, y'all. Let's try this again. You look for that little wick part in the middle when we're doing the fusing. And be careful not to burn yourself, because this does get hot, okay? It does get hot. So, I'll push it back just a little bit so you guys can see me actually knitting. All right, so I'm here on the end. I still have my 30 loops. And we're now knitting this ivory color. So just like with the teal blue, when we get to 7 inches, I'm going to do the pearl stitching. So I'll go quiet until we get there. I want to make sure you guys can see me. hope you guys can see how sleepy I'm getting. And this is early for me. But I believe in signs. Let's measure and see if we're at least at 7 or close to 7 for just the ivory. Okay, just the ivory. So we are at 4. We are at 4 for the ivory, and we want to at least get to 7 so we can do that pearl stitching. Let me take a little sip of some Diet Coke. I ain't got no caffeine. The chunky chick is sleepy. So let's go on. Let's see if we can get to 7 before I stop. We get to 7, I'm gonna do 2 rows of that pearl stitching, and then I'm gonna call it a break. I'm not gonna say it at night because sometimes I get up in the middle of the night, and if I do and can't get back to sleep, then you know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna leave all my stuff sitting out so it could be ready for me to quietly come back in and knit while they sleep. I get a lot done when the boys and Coakley are resting anyways. Although tonight has really been a good night with no interruptions, and they're not bad interruptions. Family is family. I'll hold this up in a little bit so you guys can see the full effect. And I just realized I did a homemade, a handmade bracelet in this very color pattern. And it glows in the right environment. Not the blanket, but the handmade bracelet. Oops. I don't know what that was. Oh, that was the phone. The work phone. Hit the table. I have a protective case on it, so we are good to go. All right, that's my blanket. So just take a look so you can see where we're at. Take a look of what we're doing. So this is coming together beautifully. You can see that pearl stitching popping even more. This is beautiful. This is beautiful, guys. Really working, getting it done. The hardest part, as I said to you all about chunky knitting, is just getting that starter chain down pat and knowing exactly what you're doing. Once you can get past the starter chain, make sure that all of your loops are correct, you have the number that you need and the measurements correct, you are good to go. But that starter chain definitely needs the attention. You can't rush that. That's the foundation of your blanket. So as you can see, since I started with the starter chain, once we got it figured out, this has just been a smooth process. Sit back, you put something on that you want to watch or listen to. For me, it's stories. It could be tonight. I don't know why, but I wanted to watch some animated cartoon. I can't even tell you the name of this cartoon I'm watching. What I can tell you is the kids having a hard time with AI. That's what's happening inside this cartoon. And they feel ignored. And the parents are thinking that they've done everything that they can to give the kids attention. Ironic that the educator would be watching something like this, not intentionally. We will definitely be measuring after this, after I get to the end for this row, because we might have gone past. All right, before I keep going, it's time to measure. And we're only measuring the ivy. All right, good measurement. We are at 6. So we've got 1 more inch to go before we start with that pearl stitching. So let's go. You want to periodically check your measurements, because if you're off base, you could correct something sooner. It'll be easier to correct it when you notice it as soon as possible. I remember when I first started, didn't get the understanding that you should check and verify along the way. Even with knitting, it's a term that we like to use in my job, check and verify. You know, you tell somebody to do something, check that they do it, verify that it's correct. Well, it applies even to chunky knitting or whatever you're doing in life. You say you want to do something, check into it, verify the information, go forward. If you're missing something, or if you're trying to grow something, whether it be a business, a family, whatever, your bank account, whatever you're doing to do it, you better check and verify that what is the expected outcome is actually what's happening. You don't want to overinvest with nothing, because that's when you move into a deficit. So I'm not here to talk big business, because I surely don't know it. But what I do know is that if we plan accordingly, we know exactly what we can and cannot do. Y'all, I don't know if I'm going to make it to 7 and pearl stitching. My eyes are heavy. My eyes are heavy. And because this is real life with the chunky chick who likes the chunky knit, I'm about to pick it. Your girl's sleepy. Sleepy with my fingers still working and my head still thinking. And it's not like the fireplace is making me sleepy because I'm still freezing cold. I hope I'm not getting sick and somebody give me a bug or something. People are good for that. This is coming along beautifully. I don't even want to stop, y'all. All right. All right. We are at 7. And again, I'm checking various areas just to make sure I'm being as close to consistent as consistent can be. Now, the last time when we were getting ready to do the pearl stitching, I told you guys you can fold it over or you can stitch from the front. And so I chose to stitch from the front. For this go round, we are going to fold it over and stitch from the back. Okay? That was amazing, Dad. You're like the top-heavy James Bond. That's more like James Bond. It's a skinny version of me. So what we're going to do is take the yarn, instead of coming from the back, it's going to wrap. It's going to pull and wrap in the front. Okay? And then we pull through. That's what creates that pearl stitching, or that little border you see going across. It really didn't matter if I did it from the front or the back, because what matters is which way you're pulling that yarn. So you have to be really careful and make sure that you're pulling the yarn in the right way you're supposed to be pulling it in. And you know, your loop just go up just like it would go up from the front. Always check behind you. Check behind you. Grabbing another pack of yarn. I am definitely going to have to work on that because I use a lot of skein, yarn, whatever you want to call it. And again, for this blanket, I'm using the Yarn Bee from Hobby Lobby. It is $7.99 a pack. Let me double check that. I don't want to get mixed up with Michael's. Yes, the Yarn Bee is $7.99 a pack from Hobby Lobby. I typically have great success with Yarn Bee. I absolutely love the material, the way it feels. Tonight, as I said just a little bit ago, not sure what is going on with the yarn. When it is cut, it's just flailing apart. And I can't say it was just that one cut because it happened several times tonight, which is very unusual for Yarn Bee. So again, diffusing when it's time and that yarn pulling apart. Definitely not what I'm used to with yarn bee. Okay, that's pretty good. That's really good. Let's try this again. When you're sleepy, you shouldn't be playing with fire, huh? Really shouldn't. But I promise you I'm going to take a little nap if I get back up. I'm going to take a little nap as soon as I get the purl stitching done. But to me, getting this purl stitching done is almost like a reward for myself. So I want to get it done. All right, I'm intentionally just trying to buy some time. I want that stitch to really melt together. And we're going to do a little pull test before we go on. There we go. There we go. All right, just a reminder that we're now doing the purl stitching where we are going, we have turned the blanket over and we're stitching backwards. So we're stitching backwards. Pulling that loop up after we get it in, because we still want it to be nice and tight, not too tight. But we want to make sure it's really in there. All right, we've done one row of purl stitching. Now we're going back to do that second row. Making sure I tuck my blanket in. But I shouldn't do that if I know I'm already sleepy. I'm liable to go to sleep with the camera on. What a tragedy that would be. So we're just going back the opposite way now. Doing the very same thing. I'm gonna count my loop as I go. Loops, 1, 2, 3, 4. Wanna make sure I didn't drop any. 5,